Hello, Munchie Mafia. It's a wonderful, blustery Sunday afternoon. We got some pretty nasty weather going on yet again. So, what we have going on here is we've got a whole young chicken. It's like Franken chicken. It's got a bunch of gizzard pieces in there that we're not going to actually use under normal circumstances. I would save those out, but just don't feel like it today. So first off, we're going to start with whole chickens. Now, I remember back in the day when chickens were cheaper. This bad boy cost about $12, and I'm still kind of in sticker shock over that. So first off, we're going to do shout outs, and our shout outs. Let's start with Polish Cha-Cha fishing. Mike did a live this morning. He's installing wiring and stuff for his GoPro setup on his boat. That was kind of cool. And then he used one of those little mini rod and reels to catch a fish out of his pond. And that was really kind of cool too. It was a beautiful day over there. Wish it were beautiful here, but unfortunately we're not that lucky. What the hell, man? Anyway, so, and we also have the food boat, who also did a live. He lost his favorite chair in the drink, as well as Poor Little Mariner's his ramp. We got Captain Brian, and he's just shy of his 50 subs that he needs in order to do his mobile live when the boats come back. So if you could please just pop on over there and show him some love and join his channel, so that he can get the mobile subscribers, or get the subscribers that he needs to go mobile. And then we also have Mason Hefner, who was out shark fishing yesterday for several hours. That was a lot of fun watching. Always love watching them out fishing. And the other members, Andy of the Menorcan Mullet. And I think I pretty much shouted everybody out, but we can't forget the onesie women, our beautiful onesie women. And then we have our mods. We have Tiger and Captain Brian, and Timmy's running the stuff in the background. He's a silent partner. I don't know what the hell's going on with this damn chicken. I've never seen that much of a neck left on a chicken before. So anyway, so let's take a look at a chicken. We're going to debone this chicken because there's a special way that I make chicken stock. And this actually was a special request by Captain Brian, so you can thank Captain Brian. We're going to basically salvage just about everything. So let's talk about the anatomy of the chicken. There's two breasts here, and then there's this line that goes down the middle. That's where the keel bone is. But if you feel right in here, you're going to feel a little divot. It's going to be like a little V. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our knife and we're going to go down that and go straight down the middle, just like so. Now, Mike and I were kind of laughing about breaking down chickens this morning, because I was like saying something about, possibly doing a demo of some chicken tenders, and chicken chicharrones, which is basically chicken skin, deep fried chicken skin. And he goes, well, a lot of people don't know that the chicken tenders that you get at the bar is from a very specific part of the chicken. So we're going to show you what he meant by that, because I kind of laughed too, because I'm like, yeah, that's the happy flappy. That's what I call it. That's what they also call a neutered cat's nut sack after they've been neutered, is happy flappy. in veterinary terms. So now what we're doing is we're just teasing the chicken with the knife so that we can separate as much as humanly possible. Now there's always going to be some left, a little bit of leftover here and there, but that's okay because it's going to go in the stock. And then you're going to find this goofy little frickin' film in there that's really kind of annoying. So you don't use a sawing motion. You just take nice clean swipes. So now we can see this part of the chicken right there. Now, how do we get the rest of it apart, you say? Just go in there and we pop this just like so. Oh, and I was also going to do a little demo of chicken wings too. Probably not today, probably tomorrow, while we're waiting for soup to cook. So, and the nice thing about this is if you go in there and you feel around, you're going to feel where that wing joint is, where it attaches, and you just go in and you just snap it a little bit. Feel for where it is before you stick your knife in there, and be very mindful of where your fingers are. There we go. So right there is where this is. So we're just going to take the knife and go pop. And go pop. Come on, pop, you piece of garbage. I swear this is like a Franken chicken. This thing's huge. There's supposed to be no antibiotics and no steroids and no this and no that and no. Well, I want to know what the hell's causing these chickens to be so damn huge then, you know? Okay. So now we just follow along. And we're going to go and do that to the other side because now we got this all nice and broken apart. So we're going to feel around, feel around, feel around. There's the joint right there. There's the wing. Sometimes if you just go crack like that, it's easier to find it that way. You give it a little bit more clearance. Poppity pop. Ah, missed it by that much. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now we got that all nice and pretty-ish. Just gonna go in and clean it up a little bit. And you know, chickens are actually pretty hardy, so don't worry so much about, possibly, damaging the chicken. So this is what I meant by happy flappy. This right here is known as the tender. And what we're going to do is we're going to just wait on that for just a second. We're going to take this little monster and we're going to go and find the wing. Sometimes what I like to do is I like to just get rid of the wings first off. So you just feel around in there and just go and say, okay, now it's truly a flightless bird. And we're just going to free that up right there. Flippy, flippy, flippy. Pop the joint where the thigh is. Pop the joint where the thigh is. Now there's other ways, easier ways to do this. This is just how I do it when I'm having to demonstrate. We're going to flip this over. Now, this is the back side of the chicken. And you're going to notice two little bumps there. This is what's known as the oyster. And now what we're going to do is we're going to feel along right here where the spine is. And we're going to just put in a notch and kind of follow along so that we're not damaging that oyster. So now we got that going for us. Oh, went a little crazy there. Okay, that's all right. Yeah, screw it. We'll clean it up later. So what I like to do is just stick my finger in there and pop that oyster. Let's see here. Who's in chat? Greg. Hi, Greg. And hi, Mason. Hi, Sophie. Now we can feel in there and feel where the tail is. So now we got half of a chicken. Now we're going to do that to the other side, which I always have problems with because I'm left-handed. So this is always the side that always gives me the most grief because this is where my knife hand is. So here's the oyster. Just gonna follow it along. Pop. And sometimes it's just easier to just go from the other side. Once when you get that oyster off there, just go in and just go zip, zip, zip. And now we're separated. So now we're going to put that onto our baking sheet. Oh, hello there. Torn up glove. All right. Glove. Or how long that's been torn up. So who else do we have in chat? Let's take a looky here. All we've got talking. Anyway, so now we got our chicken. Take care of this other wingy. And just going to follow along. Get your fingers in there so you can feel what you're doing because sometimes the chickens lie to you. All right, so there we go. 2 halves of a chicken. Now these are the wings. And now what we're going to do is we're going to cut that tip off. Sometimes it's better to just use a good pair of kitchen scissors. Oh. We're going to cut that tip off. We don't want that tip there. And then now we look at this and we have the flat and then the drummy, and we're going to feel around and bend it around, and we're going to see that there's a V line right there. What we're going to do is we're going to actually follow that V line and go whap, just like that. Clean up that extra piece of skin that's hanging off there. Nobody wants that nonsense. So now we've got a flat and a drummy. And take the tip off. Nip the tip. Sorry. If you're a Mel Brooks fan, you would know where that came from. So, all right. So there's our chicken wings. We got the drummy and the flat, and we're gonna save these tips. We're gonna put them on the roaster pan as well. Now we're gonna flip this over and we're gonna take a gander at what we got here. Now we're gonna look at that happy flappy. See that right there? That's known as a chicken tender. Just go in, take that right off. We'll make some chicken tenders tomorrow. I'll show you a really cool way of doing it. Now, if we really wanted to, we could totally debone this, but you know, why bother? I got the main component out of there at least. So we're just going to leave these as quarters. Or actually, here, let me show you how to break it into quarters now. So we got that. Oh, that's garbage right there. Set that aside. So now we're going to lay it flat and just, there we go. This bowl. So we're going to put our chicken in there. Oh, we're going to take the skin off because we're going to actually save that for something else. We're going to do chicken chicharrones. Now, take a look at your chicken and make sure, you know, just give it a little feel around to see if there's any bones in there. There's none, so we're fine. So when we're breaking down the thigh and the chicken leg, again, hey, get out of there. No. She's going after that chicken gizzard. Okay, so bendy. You'll notice that there's a line right there. And there's also this line right here. I'm just gonna go in. Hey, no. You're gonna go in the crate. You're gonna go in the crate. There we go. All right, so we've cracked the bone. Get out of there. So, you know what? The hell with it. When it comes to deboning a chicken thigh, I'm not going to bother with the leg. Don't ask me to do the leg, which probably means I'll probably do the leg. You just tease it with the knife. Scrape, scrape, scrape. Scrape, scrape, scrape. Scrape, scrape, scrape. And now that's free. And just a little swipe there. When it comes to buying chicken for your family, when you're looking at budget-friendly ways of getting protein in your house, best way to do it is to buy your chickens whole. Or buying the leg and thigh quarters that are already attached, and then just go from there. And just break them down yourself. So now we have to separate the skin on this. There's that line on the thigh, and we're just going to go zippy, zippy, zippy. Whoops. This goes a lot faster if I'm not having to actually demonstrate. So now we're going to just break that right off. Now there's a little lonely little piece of chicken that kind of got stuck there. I don't know why, but we're going to hack that off. We're going to set that aside. We're going to put this in with our chicken bowl. Now, I'm going to also take this off. Now, one of the nice things about playing with drumsticks is that you can do so many things with these, except for they're a pain in the ass to have to debone because there's a bunch of tendons that runs along in there, and it just makes a mess of things. So that's why I'm not even going to bother. But I will show you how to take this skin right off, or at least as much of the skin as humanly possible. And then we just do that. It's a lot easier with gloves to do, but anyway. Greg is a breast guy, which is fine. I like thighs. Thighs have the most flavor, in my opinion. Not a very popular opinion, but the thighs are the best way to do it. Now I kind of missed there. All right, so now there's that. So now you got a nice skin off chicken leg and then a nice thigh. Now, if you put it between two pieces of plastic, what you can do is you can pound it out and make it flatter, and then you can roll it up with some filling inside and then wrap it in bacon. Now, if you really want to see something cool with I wonder if I could actually, no, it's not going to work. Big. Okay, so scissors, kitchen scissors. No shame in using kitchen scissors. This is why you should never give bones to your pets, chicken bones or pork bones, because they are very brittle. They could choke on it or actually cause themselves some serious problems. Okay, so now, as you can see, here's those nasty little things. So if you're gonna want to make chicken lollipops, you just kind of just shove that down. Now there's also this other little pin bone in here. This is one thing that's very common in chicken choking hazards. Is that frickin' bone right there? Humans have two bones as well. So if you just kind of pop your thumb in there and separate it, there you go, gone. Now we still have that piece of cartilage in there. So now that's deboned. Now one of the nice things is once when you get that cartilage out of there and you get this stupid pin bone out of there, see what I mean by very brittle, it just broke into pieces. So sometimes you have to just, go for it. Just take a knife, tease it out of there. I hope I'm not boring you guys to death yet. Apparently that was another snarky comment from the peanut gallery, is that I'm a boring person. Um, and you know, I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay. I'm fine with that. Move my bowl. This bowl? Move it over here? Okay. You're welcome. So, oh, yeah. So, I'm wrestling with the freaking cap and it's pissing me off. All right. So, this is why chefs have anger management issues. Because of this exact issue right here is like sometimes things just don't want to cooperate and you're on a mission and you want everything to cooperate. And you know, there's a saying that, you know, being being a chef is kind of like riding a bike, except for that the bike is on fire, uh, you're rolling downhill in a windstorm, and both your tires are flat, and you got ninjas chasing after you um, while the bike is on fire. That's what being a chef is like. So, okay, so we don't want to throw that out because that is a lot of deliciousness. We're going to put that on our pan. So now we got this. It's here's those little stringy tendon I was telling you about. So turn it right side back in, um, provided that it didn't have a hole in the middle because I had a problem with it. Um, you could fill that up with a whole bunch of really, really cool stuff. All right, so I'm going to go a little faster on this one. All right, Happy Flappy, right there. See the Happy Flappy? Bye-bye, Happy Flappy. And next we're going to look for the line right there. That's the line right there. That's where we're going to want to just go whip. There we go. Peel that off because we want to save that for something else. Throw that in there. I feel something in there. Maybe I don't. Anyway, so that's, no, I'm just feeling things. All right, that's going to go on the sheet pan. I already have the oven preheated to 400 degrees. I like to roast my chicken bones with some of my mirepoix that goes into the soup. That way it adds to the richness instead of just throwing raw chicken bones into a pot and calling it a day. It builds a flavor so much better. We're going to actually do that, but we're not going to actually assemble the rest of the soup until tomorrow because it just takes a long time. Oh, there we go. All right. Look at that. Aren't we special? We are special. Okay. Line. Now, if you look at the anatomy of a chicken, you'll notice that, you know, the grains go in all sorts of directions. That's a good indicator how you would want to cut your chicken, along with these cool little incision lines that nature has put into our chicken. See, look at that. That's perfect. That one is actually going to break really nice for me. So there we go. There's that. Now take scissors, cut the knobby knob off. Now, if you go down far enough, you can cut through. God dang, my hands are not strong today. Remind me to add a new pair of scissors to my Amazon wish list. I think these ones have just about had it. All right, so cut through all that tendon. And also the other thing is if you are not careful, you can also end up with that little bone that's in the leg stuck in your finger. So feel around for it first before sticking your finger down in the orifice. And that way you're not having to go to the emergency room and say, hey, oh, shit. Okay, so a little too strong for my own good today. But can't use scissors. Okay, got it. See how that's going to be. Okay, so If you jump up there and steal any of that, I'm going to kick your butt, Winnie. Winnie's been in a mood all day today for no apparent reason. Okay, so there's the other chicken leg. In the bowl it goes. So now go in and we're going to separate this. Not trying to make this look pretty because it's going to get cooked off and it's going to be for the soup. We're actually going to saute this in oil. After we caramelize our onions, because then we're just going to drop it right in with the onions. Okay, so there's a little bit of meat on that. That's okay. It's going to add to the flavor. All right, so now we have another chicken thigh. Take these gloves off. Or actually, no, why did I do that? Why did I do that? Oh my God. All right. First, with an ungloved hand, I'm going to reach into the box and grab a Ziploc bag. The reason being is because we're going to put all this other stuff that we're saving for tomorrow into the bag, because this is all going to be a demo for tomorrow. Well, actually, no, I'm not going to put the chicken wings in, because I'm going to show you something really, really, really cool first. And that actually has to literally sit overnight. So there we have that. Okay. That is the chicharrones and the tendies. So we can have a nice, pretty demonstration of that. Maybe I'll even do some potato chips again while we're waiting for the soup. All right, so we need our buttermilk. Now, a lot of people have asked me, how do you get your chicken wings so flavorful? It was one of my claims to fame. One of the last places I used to, or one of the former places I worked at, was, what did you do to make these wings have flavor all the way throughout? Because one of the things that COVID taught me, oh, that one's chipped too, damn it. One of the things that COVID had taught me was there was a serious problem with getting ingredients like chicken. Chicken was a hard one to get hold of. And what ultimately happened was that the chicken shortage caused a lot of problems. So I had to be a little bit on the resourceful side. And my little bit of resourceful side was I was going to buy whole chicken wings with the tips on them. I was going to spend the rest of the day breaking down a couple 100 pounds of freaking chicken wings. Didn't really take me all that long, but you know, it was pretty annoying. Took me a long time, in my opinion. And by the time I was done, I couldn't move my fingers very well. As when you're doing the same thing over and over and over again, repetitive strain is such a big thing. Okay, so I like to take Italian seasoning, put it into a baggie. That's about a tablespoon. That's just for 2 wings. Okay, I'm just going to do enough for 2 wings. So now I'm going to put that away so I don't put more in there. Now we're going to take smoked paprika, and it's about a teaspoon for 4 wings, maybe less, maybe just a smidge. There's a jar of crispy garlic there. Can you hand me that? Yeah, that's it. Finally found that missing thing of sambal substitute that I keep finding, and then It keeps disappearing on me. Okay, so finally found that. It was in a different bag. So now just some ground black pepper. Okay, however much or however little you want. Put that back away too. All right. We're gonna go with a little bit of chili powder. Now, one of the other things that I like to use, there's two things actually, but I don't have those in my household, because I don't use those two ingredients in my household, and that is granulated onion and granulated garlic. I personally don't like it. Okay, so baking soda. We're going to put a little bit of baking soda in there, about two tablespoons, and just a smidge of. Oh, hey, asshole, get down. And put a smidge of, just a little smidge of baking powder. Oh, hello, little puppy. Hello. And that's Rocky talking. He's in the other room yelling hello. Okay, I'm having problems finding Sambal. So I got a chili garlic sauce that's Lee Kum Kee brand. I was told that that's actually a half decent substitute to Sambal. We will soon see. I mean, it's like there's just certain ingredients that you just can't substitute. You can't sacrifice. And Sambal, my God, are you freaking kidding me, you guys? These damn shortages are pissing me off. And on top of all of it, oh my God, what the hell? Actually, you know what? That doesn't smell half bad. So this is just something I got at the non-bougie Asian section of Kroger. So there we go. For 4 lonely little pieces, we're going to put about a tablespoon, give or take. It just all depends on how much spice you like. Now we're going to add the buttermilk. Now the acids in the buttermilk is going to work really well with this, because the baking soda and baking powder is going to form a gas, and this is going to turn into some weird freaking foamy shit in about an hour. It's kind of cool. And it'll become very, very, very thick, and it's going to attach to those wings, and it's going to, number one, it's going to help break down the connective tissue in the chicken, make them more tender, which will allow the chicken to relax and get happy and all that other happy horse shit. And then all the flavors are going to just get right on in there, and it's going to be so delicious. Anyway, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Found out last night, Timmy doesn't not like chicken wings. We were watching Next Level Chef. I think that's what it's called, or is it Top Level Chef? Gordon Ramsay thing. And they had to do bar food as the elimination challenge. And I was watching them do chicken wings, and I was like screaming at the television like I always do. Because this is one of my claims to fame. Right here is my chicken wings. So I'm gonna release the air out of this bag. I'm just gonna let that sit. Oh God, that's so good. Okay, so this is gonna be for tomorrow. You guys are gonna be like so excited to see that, I bet. hopefully. Got lots of goodies. So here's our chicken. I'm going to get rid of this because it's in my way. And get a new cutting board. And just set that there for the moment. Okay, so now, oh, hello puppy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these onions. Okay, so I know that y'all have heard me say repeatedly, save out your scrap for stock, because this is what I mean by save out your scrap for stock. Is that we're going to take this and the top, we're going to cut this knobby bullshit off. But that can go in, these can go in, that cannot or should not, because it's the root part. But now what we're going to do is we're just going to give this a light dice, because these are going to go on the pan with the chicken bones themselves. Okay, thank you. I guess we have some questions. Let's see what the questions are. That scrap of chicken, should we season that? The scrap, you mean that's going on the pan with the for the stock? Is that what you mean? Yes. And I'll show you how we go about that in just a moment. So now what we're going to do is do this. We're just going to rough cutting it. It doesn't have to be pretty, okay? Because this is going to be garbage later, because this is going to sit in the crock pot overnight after we get all this put together. That's why this is a two-part. So I probably should have said, I hope you guys have a why did I leave these out? That you guys hopefully have a stock pot or an instant pot or whatever. Shit, I forgot to dig that out. So anyway, here's a carrot. We're gonna cut the tops and the bottoms off. Now there's absolutely no reason why you cannot use those, so put that in your little stockpile. Now we're gonna go over here to our, oh, there it is. Okay, so that's garbage. So carrots. Now these carrots, I don't like to put a lot of carrot in mine. These are the carrots that are actually going into the soup itself. So I'm going to peel. We're going to cut the top and the bottom off of the carrots, and then we're going to peel right onto this, okay? And I don't use my really good pans for this sort of stuff because I don't want to ruin my nice pans, my baking sheets. So I use the shitty ones that have seen better days, because some of this stuff is going to stick and it's going to be a pain in the ass, but it's going to be a glorious pain in the ass. Okay, so now we got our carrot shavings. Let's move that out of the way. Now we got the celery. Now the celery, we want to be able to use up a good majority of that, but here's this part of the celery. It's already been pre-washed, by the way. Cut the absolute bottom off because we don't want any of that nonsense in there. So we're going to just set that aside right there on our sheet, just like so. Break it open. Break those open. Come on. All right. And then we don't want the icky parts. but we want to save the leaves. This stupid me could not find, for the life of me, 2 things that actually goes in this soup. I hate Kroger. I hate them with a bloody freaking passion these days. And the reason being is that I could not find. Oh, crap, there's another carrot right there. Okay, so I guess it was 4 carrots. So top and bottom. Oh, that's right. One of them is a sacrifice. So we have a sacrifice of 1 carrot. So let's just get this going right here, like so. All right, let's set that right there. All right, move that aside. All right, so now we have mushrooms. Whoops, almost lost one. And remember how I don't like to leave my stems on my mushrooms? What I do is I just take them apart. And throw them. Oh, can't use that one, so let's just have to stick that. Whoops. Why did I put that in the pot? We're not ready for that part. Okay, so this is actually going to make quite a lot of soup. Now, mushrooms is not something that's mandatory. I just love mushrooms. Okay, so now that we've got those going, we're going to put these back in the bag. Back into the baggie. And when you're getting mushrooms, always grab an extra bag. We season the good chicken, but those scrap, what would we do with? The scrap is in what's on the pan for the stock. Sophie, I don't understand. Or are you talking about the other pieces that I set aside in another bag? Oh, the stock. Yeah, we're going to season that in a little bit. Because what we're going to do is we're going to roast it first so that the bones get all nice and beautiful. Here's our sacrifice right there. What the hell's that noise? Oh. Okay. So now let's go back to this. This is our sacrifice, or not our sacrifice, our stock pan. So what we're going to do is we're going to get olive oil. I'm going to need gloves for this. So we're going to give it a pretty decent douse of olive oil. I'd say about a half cup. Now, if you have something else like olive oil, or not olive oil, avocado oil, or you're using some other type of oil. Are we frozen? Oops, get back over there. Okay, so now, now with it, I'll just sanitize it later. Black pepper. Lots of black pepper, okay? Lots and lots. You want lots. And I don't know. And what I like to use is Himalayan pink salt. And this is extra coarse. You can just use regular salt if you want. But I just like the flavor of this because it melts slowly. Okay, and it has a slightly floral. Oh, I'm sorry. I did it again, didn't I? Yeah. I'm sorry. Okay, so here we have that. Okay, so now we're going to take this and we're going to put it into the oven. Make sure I didn't turn it up too high. Okay, 400 degrees. We're gonna let it do its thing. And I gotta find a garbage bag. How about a box? All right. So, yeah. All right. So, I got a package yesterday, and so we were gonna do an unboxing while we're goofing around. So, this one came from Amazon. And I've been wanting this for the longest time, but for the longest time, it was only available at Target. And it's known as the Movie Night Box, Cards Against Humanity. And Timmy's probably rolling his eyes because I literally have every expansion set and third-party expansion set known to man. I've got cases upon cases of Cards Against Humanity. It's just crazy. I'm really fun at the parties. Anyway, so it comes in this cute little box. And it comes with a bag of movie pop or microwave popcorn. It comes with the cards. The short film festival. It's an actual movie that you watch. Clamonaise seasoning, and some of you might remember these fun dips. It's those little candy sticks that you dip into this stuff that's flavored. It's like 2 raspberries and 2 cherries. Happens to be my 2 favorite flavors. So yeah, I also have the 100 year anniversary of Cards Against Humanity set, which is gold. And it's like, wait a minute, Cards Against Humanity hasn't been around that long. Well, actually, there used to be a card game called Cards of Whimsy, and so that's they released it with a pack, an expansion pack of those cards. So, coming to theaters, he got blank, a Spike Lee joint. And then the other black card, fans are up in arms after learning that the new Little Mermaid is blank. And then the other one is, and the Academy Award for Best Picture goes to blank, everywhere, all at once. And these are the white cards. So, I am Groot, I am Groot, I am Groot. Are you laughing yet? I am Groot, I am Groot, I am Groot. Isn't it funny? I am Groot, I am Groot, I am Groot. Ha ha ha. It's so effing funny. That's all he can say. God, I love Marvel. Accidentally spilling John Wick's coffee. Subtext. Laura Dern. A whole lot of Jews. A Batman movie where Batman gets bitten by a radioactive snake, which turns him into Snake Batman, and he slithers around Gotham swallowing criminals. James Cameron staring at the mirror and wondering why he's devoted 30 years of his life to blue alien hentai. A movie where 2 hot people fall in love, but there's a problem. And I'm not going to go through the rest of them. But anyway, so yes, I love Cards Against Humanity. Big fan. Every single expansion set and third-party expansion set, even some that no longer even exist anymore because they were sued by Cards Against Humanity for copyright infringement. So anyhow, are you okay, Timmy? All right, so it's smelling beautiful in the kitchen. So let's take a look and see what everybody's saying. So I'm sorry, I'll stop putting bold. Is that better? Okay, so Mike said, but oil, those are cool. Avocado oil is very good, Tiger. I love that one. And yes, these are beautiful carrots. They're not the shitty carrots that are only used for juicing. Um, okay, so let's see here. So posed a question on my vlog last night. Oh, drink o'clock. Um, a subtle nod to the Big Lebowski. Um, Clamanaise. I'm almost scared. Oh, it actually smells good. I was afraid of the Clamanaise mayonnaise, which apparently is clam mayonnaise, and there's a set of Cards Against Humanity cards in there. I don't have that one yet because I'm kind of afraid. I've heard some pretty bad stories about how foul that stuff smells, but I'm gonna get to it. Maybe we'll use that as a mystery box ingredient. So, anyways, back to the mystery box. So, vlog yesterday. I gotta take these shoes off. My feet are sweating. Oh, that's weird. I don't normally wear shoes in the house. So, anyhow, on the vlog, I made a comment about I need 5 people to come up with 5 random ingredients that is commonly found in any grocery store in America. No foie gras. I probably should have also said no crab, no lobster, no sea urchin either, for that matter, because I have a terrible allergy to those and I can't cook with them. Oh, we missed a mushroom. Oh, no, that's right. That's the one I dropped on the floor. There's no such thing as 5-second rule around here. So, anyway, so we got some comments about 5 random ingredients. And I decided that we're gonna go with Andy Marak's suggestion, which was uh, ketchup, chocolate sauce, hot dogs, cabbage, and canned tuna. And I decided that I'm going to challenge. Are you okay? I'm going to challenge um, Mike Polish Cha Cha on this one, because this one sounds a little crazy, and I want to see his reaction to this. But all I can say is, WTF, Andy Marak? What the hell? What is that all about? I mean, that's a pretty good mystery box. So Mike has accepted the challenge. So next week we haven't discussed the logistics of things yet. So we're still trying to figure it all out. But we figure maybe if we ran 2 premieres back to back, and we all meet up and watch both premieres, and then maybe do a live and maybe get them on a StreamYard. I'm not sure. Mike, are you using StreamYard? If you're using StreamYard, then I think we could probably manage to do that. I've not used the guest function yet. So okay. Yep, you do. Cool. Okay, so maybe we can pop on and both of us be on a live together and let everybody vote on who did it best. I think that would be a good way to do it. What do you think, Mike? Yes, there's a StreamYard guest at also. And then, so the loser has to do the next one and challenge somebody else. I think that would be fair. So yeah, I think that would be a lot of fun. Could be a really fun thing to do. Have to be a Sunday, Saturday. We are in Charleston. Okay. Well, I'll be home all day. So, yeah, I already have an idea in mind, but I'm not saying what it is because I want Mike to feel a little intimidated because I'm good at these things. Okay, so what we're doing now is we're just cutting our carrots. Because it's a round object, I like to cut the bottom off so that it doesn't roll around on me and cause me to cut my knuckles open or something. So always remember, use claw method. Tuck that pinky in, tuck the thumb behind, and use the back of your knuckles to as a guide. Let your knife blade rest on that, because that way you can't cut anything. This way, yeah, you're gonna lose fingers, and that's not the kind of um, weight loss thing you want to do. That's what Timmy's doing right now, one toe at a time. So we don't want to lose body parts. Not good. So loser should wear whatever the other says. LOL. This could be funny. Canned tuna, chocolate, ketchup, cabbage, and hot dogs. Sophie, it was hot dogs. But he didn't specify what kind of hot dogs. So I'm just gonna say, okay, so game on. As long as it's a hot dog, you know. So yeah. So this could be fun, two chefs battling it out over YouTube on a mystery box challenge. Be kind of funny if we could get Gordon Ramsay in on it. That'd be freaking hilarious. He'd be like calling us, "You donut! What are you, an idiot sandwich?" Yeah. So. Oh yeah, that's right. We could simulcast both live streams at the same time. Forgot about that. I don't know. I'm a little concerned because it's like we've been having problems with StreamYard, but lately it's actually been pretty good. So what we're doing is we're cutting our carrot into planks, and then we're cutting them into batons. The size of the baton and the planks is solely dependent on how large you want your dice. You can have big dice, you can have little dice. We want little dice. I'm not fond of carrots unless it's in carrot cake. So the smaller the better. Never been fond of carrots. I don't know why. Everything in my soul says you should like this. It's food. But no. If it's raw, I hate them. I cannot stand the taste of raw carrots. I don't know what it is, but it tastes like I'm chewing on batteries. Yeah, I know, right? It's a weird combo. Break a leg. I think literally by the time that we're done with that challenge, both of us will be broken. We'll both be like in a corner, babbling incoherently in a fetal position. This could cause us to develop some sort of kitchen PTSD, honest to goodness. But it'll be fun. We might not speak to Andy Marak after this, but maybe send him one of those dark web mystery boxes. It smells like, there could have been a dead body in it at one point before shipping, With not who? You want what? Who's smoking? Huh? Oh. No devil's lettuce here. Huh? Not that there's anything wrong with devil's lettuce. I actually have quite a funny story. I don't know if I shared it, but my cousin, when pot became legal here in Washington State, my cousin started growing pot and was making pot butter. And I had just hurt my back, could barely frickin' move, had no feeling in my right leg. In a lot of pain, and was waiting for authorization for surgery. And it took an awful long time. So my cousin gave me some pot cookies that was made, and said, by the way, only eat half of a cookie until you find out what exactly it does to you. Never had, if you haven't had edibles in a long time or never had edibles before in your life, stick with half of a cookie. Don't eat any more than that. So that's what I did. I had half of a cookie, laid down in bed. I don't even remember, because one of the things that I like to do is stare at the ceiling. And we have one of those projection clocks. And so here we are. I don't even remember what time it was that I nodded off, but I freaking just knocked out hard. Um, but it had been days since I had any kind of productive sleep because the pain was so excruciating. And they gave me pain medication and Valium and some sort of muscle relaxer as well. It was Mobic or something. And I had oxys and Valium, and it wasn't touching the pain. So went to worked a full day and then some, and then proceeded to come home, just barely get out of the car, just barely get into the house, and got home. I'm crying in tears because my back is hurting so bad, and I had half of a cookie. Nothing. Absolutely freaking nothing happened. An hour later, nothing. Hour and a half later, still nothing. 2 hours went by. I wanted to just end myself right then and there. I just had enough. The hurry up and wait that I was dealing with the doctors and the insurance was just too much for me to bear. Why is it whenever I stick or pull something out of a cabinet just to get to one thing, nothing else wants to just go back in place? Anyway, sorry about the noise there. I needed a bowl. I need to get another ring light. I think I have it on my Amazon wish list because my newer light here is actually sitting on top of my trash can. I could just go get another tripod, but I kind of want another ring light. Okay, so now we got onions, So again, the cuts determine how big you want your dice. So anyway, what was I saying? Oh, back to the backstory. So I ate the other half of the cookie like a dumbass. A big dumbass. And the next thing I know it, started feeling something. And I had a tattoo appointment. And I ended up having to cancel it because the next day I woke up and the room was spinning this way. Anytime I even moved my hand, the room would violently spin this way. And I was laying face down on a bed, one foot hanging off the end of the bed, trying desperately to, brace myself as though, I got one foot on the floor and I'm laying in the bed, but my bed is too tall for that sort of thing. So I think I had it resting on the rung of the of a bar stool that I use as a nightstand because my bed's too tall for a traditional nightstand. And as long as I didn't move, the room wasn't spinning. It was the worst ass vertigo I'd ever felt in my life, and this lasted for 3 mother effing days. I was incapacitated for 3 days off of the other half of that freaking cookie. So I called my cousin. I go, WTF? What is going on here? And I told my cousin about the cookie, eating the whole cookie. She starts laughing her ass off. Oh, you never go full cookie. And I'm like, could have given me a little bit better warning than don't eat more than half of a cookie until you find out what it does to you. Um, gotta love family. Gotta love family. But I do love my cousin. I do love my cousin. Didn't love her too much that day, but yeah. So I had to go to the store, and I went to the store with Timmy. Timmy was driving, and I had the seat leaned back in the car. I have problems in cars when somebody else is driving. I get car sick, right? So I was about ready to vomit. I was about to vomit. It was just ridiculous how much I wanted to just throw up. So you want the ingredients to that cookie. Well, I don't know exactly how much of the wacky tobacco she put in it, but it was pretty freaking potent. Okay, so this is an extra onion for something else. So I'm getting my Mirepoix together so that I don't have to do it tomorrow. I noticed that if we do as much of the prep as humanly possible and break up some of these little more intricate lives down to a pre-live and then the actual live itself, they actually go a little bit more smoother. At least I think. I don't know. What do you all think? Do they seem to go smoother when we do it that way with a pre-live and then? But the last ones had been, not lives. They were premieres, or just plain videos that were just uploaded to watch at your leisure. Just go full goo ball, dive in. What? Goo ball? Goo ball? I don't understand. Tricked my brother once. He didn't know he ate 3 to 4 cookies and green out on Buddy's couch. That's pretty funny. So yeah. I learned my lesson that day. Only consume the medical ones, medical edibles. never been properly measured out. Not just, I swear, it makes me wonder if she threw like 50 pounds of green stuff into her butter. But man, it was just, hey, 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 hey. There's no reason to kick the bull around. Uh, Now Leroy Jenkins is acting up. It's his turn, I guess. I think they all like to take turns at acting up. So edible before there was edible, yeah. Um, Medical ones are actually quite tolerable. Um, at least they're not inconsistent to the point where I feel like, I eat a whole cookie and feel nothing. Eat a crumb off of a different cookie entirely, and it's like I'm on my ass for a day. But yeah, it took 3 days to get that to get get to feeling right again. It was. I laugh at it now because it's funny now. This was like way 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 back, like 2016 or something like that. Um, 2015, somewhere thereabouts. Get out of the garbage. Get out of the garbage. So Cindy Lou Who has learned to jump up on the sofa. She can now jump up on the sofa. I just bought her a playpen and it arrived today via Amazon, and she managed to jump out of that. Thankfully, there's a zipper top that goes on the top of it, um, because I don't like sticking her in the crate. Um, I was hoping maybe this might be a little bit, better alternative because every Tuesday she has to stay home for about 3 hours by herself, and she's still too young to, let her run loose through the house. She's teething really bad. She's our piranha keet. Um, so thought, well, what about a little doggy playpen? And she showed me. She jumped right on out of there. Back then, 30 minutes of sleep and you're good. Yeah, yeah. This was 3 days, man. Literally 3 days. I think I ended up throwing up in the car. Second, Timmy said, "Hey, should we pick up Taco Bell for dinner?" Um, well, I hurled. Um, I don't think I was able to get the car door open fast enough. Um, and I ended up not going into the store with them. So basically, I went for a car ride for no reason. Um, Ended up having to cancel that tattoo appointment. Lost my $100 deposit. Not that I'm complaining about that, but it is what it is. Love my artist. I think she did a great job. So here we are, chopping up the rest of our mirepoix. I'm not going to worry about the other stuff. I don't like to cut my mushrooms up too soon, because if there's any kind of moisture in the refrigerator, what ultimately happens is that we end up with a whole lot of mushy mushrooms. Maybe that's why they're called mushrooms. They like to soak up water. That's why they recommend not washing them. Although if you do have to wash them or feel inclined to washing them, slice them first and then let them drain for about an hour. Transfer to a clean kitchen towel, and then just roll it up and give it a light squeeze, but don't squeeze too much or else you end up bruising them. Get down off of there. Oh, never mind. Sorry, Winnie. He's like, oh, sorry, Mom. Okay. I just heard a noise and realized, oh crap, he's going for the stove, but he wasn't. Okay, so now what's going to ultimately happen with all this mirepoix tomorrow is that it's all going to get um, put into a pot and sauteed. No, because I really love mushrooms, I found these. These were on clearance, and they're dried chanterelles. Didn't get a chance to go mushroom foraging this year. But anyway, dried chanterelles are nice. I'm just going to throw them into the end of the stock after we've dug out all the bones and stuff like that. We're gonna just throw them into the stock, and we're gonna actually let them rehydrate there in the water or in the stock, and then start building the rest of our soup. So it's 6:30 right now, my time. Let's check our roasted stuff. Oh God. Oh man, it smells so good. Oh shit. Okay. We're gonna pull this out and we're gonna take a look at it. I don't know how to change the camera. What's the camera number of the one above the stove? Okay. All right. So there we have it. The Onesie Women's favorite Spurtle. We're just going to take a look at it and see how this all turned out. We want to make sure that it's all cooked off, and any kind of fat is rendered, but we're going to actually put that into the pot. But yeah, this is all done. As you can see, it's nice and roasted. The celery is nice and soft. Carrots are al dente. So that's what's going to go into the crock pot along with the juice. And the reason why I like doing it this way is because I don't know if you ever notice when you're making stock from scratch, sometimes you end up with that foamy blob of yuckiness on the top of the scum on the top of the pot. And sometimes you have to cool it down all the way and wait until it's turned into a congealed mess in the container in order to be able to pull out that scum. Anyway, this reduces the scum that collects on the top of the pot. You don't end up with that foamy, icky stuff that makes you wonder what the hell was I thinking. Why don't I just buy chicken stock out of a box? So anyway, that's the pre-prep for today. This is all going to go into the crock pot. And oh, Tiger, do we need to check that oven? No, we don't need to check the oven. I've got my mental clock on. So yeah, and then whatever other scraps like that, for example, will just get added to that. So we're just gonna actually just grab that and throw it over there. Anyway, so I think that's where we're gonna end it for the night, because I don't want to make the biscuits too early, because then they're gonna go all weird. And so I'm gonna grab the little dog who's eating carrots off the floor. Oh, you like carrots, huh? Okay, so here we go. Here's our little Munchette, our baby Munchette. Cindy Lou Who. Yes. Yes, baby. She got some duck feet today. So she got to try out a duck foot. So I had to go and look for a sweater, but unfortunately the pet store did not have sweaters. I wasn't going to go all the way into town to go and look for a sweater. I'll just do that another day because she's starting to outgrow this little denim jacket already. Um, I can't believe that we've had her for 3 weeks now, and she's getting so big. She is getting so big. Yes, and you're actually being a very good girl today. You didn't unplug everything. You didn't pull any of the wires down from the ceiling. Nothing like that. So yeah. So if you're on our Discord, um, we have a section where you can share your munchette. You can just post pictures of your munchette. But this is the littlest munchette. She's only 12 weeks old. Anyway, so no, you did not miss the garlic. The reason why is because I didn't want to do that with that because sometimes it tends to burn, and I don't want to have to ruin the rest of the ingredients because I forgot that I had something in the oven, which I often forget because I forget. So we will add that to the mirepoix tomorrow. I like to just rough cut it. I don't like to mince it up. So yes, please ask for an invite. You can send the invite to me directly.